All right, let me make sure. Okay, we are live. Welcome back with Murphy May. We are tuning in today with another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. If you're watching the video version of this, or if you're watching live right now, you can tell that I'm in a different setting than I usually am. So I wanted to try something different, a little something new, just see if I like it. I'm actually sitting on the couch, which is kind of comfortable. It's more relaxing, got a little chill vibe. So we'll play around with it, see if I like it. If you're tuning in on the audio only podcast, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. We got a good one for y'all today. You've probably seen the title of this podcast, and you may be thinking it's a little controversial, but I'll be straight honest with y'all. The reason I titled it the way I did is because it's a little clickbait. I know. Maybe it triggered you, and that's why you clicked on this podcast. Maybe you're interested in losing weight, and that's why you clicked on the podcast. But whatever that reason is, if it triggered you, then you probably should listen to this. So if you're tuned, then that means you're in the right place. But yeah. So when it comes to losing weight, some of us are just dealt a bad hand when it comes to genetics, and that's just life. Like, life's not fair. You may have been dealt a bad hand. You may have been dealt a good hand. You may have great genetics. I would say that I was dealt a pretty good hand when it comes to genetics. I've never really dealt with being extremely overweight, but I know several people that have, and I know several people that were overweight that have lost a lot of weight and now they look great, in great shape. So if you're one of those people that think, oh, you just have bad genetics and you can't lose weight because your parents are obese, your family's obese, well, I'm here to tell you that you can lose weight. The reason you can't is just because you're not doing the right things that you need to be doing to actually see those results, to actually lose weight. So I'm going to be the one to tell you, stop making excuses. Stop blaming it on your genetics. Stop blaming it on your family. Stop blaming it on anybody else except for you. You're the only reason you're in the position that you're in. Yeah, you may have bad genetics and you maybe have been born overweight your whole life, but you can change that. You can fix that. You can lose weight regardless of whether you believe it or not. I believe in you, so you should believe in you. But with that being said, I can't lose weight for you. I can't go to the gym and run on the treadmill and lose weight for you. I can't burn your calories. I just can't do it. The only person that can is yourself. So you need to start taking some responsibility. If you want to change the way you are, then you need to do something about it yourself. Nobody else can help you in that situation. Only you can. So at some point you got to realize, hey, I'm overweight, or I'm not happy because of what I've done, of the steps that I've taken in the past to put me in the position that I'm in now. So what I want to do today in the podcast is I want to help y'all come up with a game plan, with a strategy of how you can maybe start your fitness journey, or how you can actually see results in your journey if you've already kind of started and you've kind of hit a plateau and you don't really know where to go from there. So that's what we're going to get into today. I know many of you have struggled with losing weight in your lives. It's a common thing with the way that we eat today. I mean, the way that we eat junk food, processed food, it's just the way of life. Everybody's so busy, we're on the go all the time. You want something quick, fast. I mean, fast food is literally huge nowadays. Everywhere you go, there's a fast food restaurant on the corner. And they're very convenient, I agree. I eat fast food sometimes myself. Sometimes you kind of have to. You kind of have to get something on the go, and it's just so easy and convenient. But there's ways that you can kind of come up with a better strategy about your eating habits that will be more healthy in the long run, be more sustainable, and actually help you see your results. So the good news is about losing weight is, although it may seem very difficult, and you may have tried it and failed in the past, but as long as you develop some good strategies, some good habits and you go about it with the right approach, then losing weight can be very achievable, and it can be simple if you make it that way. You may think, oh, well, I can't lose weight because I tried it in the past and it just didn't work for me. But you may have went about it the wrong way, or you may didn't stick to it long enough. Some people think, oh, I worked out for 2 weeks and I ain't lost a pound. Well, guess what? 2 weeks ain't gonna be enough. You gotta stick to it for the long run. Like, you gotta be in it for a while. But first thing you want to do when it comes to your weight loss journey is you want to understand weight loss. Just what is weight loss? How do you lose weight? And just things like that. So what you want to do is just understand the basics. The simple formula for losing weight is you need to be in a calorie deficit. Okay, you may not know what a calorie deficit is. A calorie deficit, in simple terms, is you need to burn more calories than you consume each day or over a week or a month, whatever that time period is for you. So, for example, if your body burns 2,000 calories a day, then and you eat 2,500 calories, you're not going to be in a calorie deficit. You're not going to lose weight. If you're at that 2,000 threshold, you need to be below it. You need to consume, say, around 17 to 1,800 calories for that day if you want to lose weight. So it's pretty simple when you put in that terms. Just eat less than what your body burns in a day, and you'll lose weight. It's pretty basic. The ways you can achieve this is just to make healthier eating habits and to incorporate some kind of physical activity into your daily routine. So working out, walking, exercise, yoga, there's all kinds of ways you can do it. Play with your kids outside, go for a walk, ride a bike. You just need to be active throughout the day. One thing that I say a lot that will help people is your goal should be to hit 10,000 steps a day. You know, you may be thinking 10,000, that's a lot. But really, it's not that much. It's really not that much if you actually make an effort to do it. But a lot of people like myself, I work a desk job. So it's hard for me to hit 10,000 calories a day. 10,000 steps a day when I sit at a desk all day. So what do I do about that? I set aside time to actually go walk or go run to exercise. And I'm in the gym 5 to 6 days a week. So I kind of get my exercise in other ways. So step number 2, you want to develop habits, develop healthy habits, develop sustainable habits. That's the key word, sustainable. So you got to be able to do these habits over the long run. You can't just do these habits for a week, for a month, not even for a year. You need to be able to do it longer than that. So you need to find a diet that works for you. There's all kinds of diets out there. Just find which one that you like, that you enjoy, that works with your schedule, because everybody is on different schedules. Everybody's on the go. So you got to find something that works for you. For me, I don't necessarily follow a diet. I found out that just meal prepping my food for me is what helps me stick to my goals, what helps me stick to eating the right food. So I love meal prepping. It's been the best thing I've ever done since I started working, honestly, because that way I know what I'm going to eat for breakfast. I know what I'm going to eat for lunch. And then dinner, that's kind of up in the air. I kind of just do that on the fly. But I know that I'm getting my calories in, the correct calories in breakfast and lunch. So then when it comes to dinner time, I can kind of give or take a few calories here or there. But that's what's helped me. You got to find a diet that works for you. If you don't know what works for you, pick one, try it. If you like it, stick to it. If you don't, try something else. There's plenty of diets out there. And they do work if you actually stick to them. But most people don't stick to them over time, which is why they never see results with their diet. They may do it for a month and lose weight just like that. And yeah, that's a good thing. But then the next month, they're not doing it. And they'll put that weight right back on. So don't do no crash diets. Don't actually just cut out all your food, because it's not healthy. It's not sustainable over the long term. So don't just try to crash diet and do a fast and lose all your weight. I mean, yeah, if you need to do that to kickstart your diet, maybe do it for a day or two, that's fine. But you're not going to be able to just fast the whole day every now and then. Like it's not sustainable. You're not going to do that. What you need to do is incorporate some kind of exercise into your daily routine or into your week. And this will help you lose weight more than trying to do some crash diet or some fad diet. You got to do something. You got to make small changes that you can maintain. If you go from eating 3,000 calories a day and you think, oh, I'm going to cut down to 1,500 calories a day. Yeah, you may do it for a week, but you're not going to do it very long. That's not going to be very sustainable. So just find something that works for you and stick to it. Number 3, you got to track your progress. This is big. I like to preach taking progress photos. This is something where I messed up in my fitness journey, is because I never did this at the beginning. I just started taking progress pictures recently, and I wish I would have done it throughout my whole process, because now I don't really have ways of documenting my journey of where I've came from. A fun fact, before I started posting fitness videos and pictures and stuff, I had less than 100 photos on my phone. I had less than 100, and that's not a lot. Now I have probably 1,000 photos, and I have probably 1,000 videos on my phone, which is a lot, because I've just been filming a lot of fitness content, which I wish I would have done this from the get-go. That way I could have I could see where I came over the years and how I've progressed. So you really want to take progress photos or take measurements. Measure all your body parts to see how your results are happening. Like if you want to lose weight, you want to see those numbers go down. If you're trying to build muscle, you obviously want to see those numbers go up. The scale, yeah, it can be a good indication of weight loss, but it's not always 100% true. The scale sometimes can lie because one, you can lose a lot of sorry, I can't speak. You can lose a lot of water weight. Two, you can be putting on muscle. So you may be losing body fat, but if you're working out, you may be putting on muscle at the same time. So then your body weight's going to kind of stay the same. And you're going to get frustrated and say, oh, well, I'm not losing weight, but I'm doing all this exercise. You just got to be patient because you you won't ever be able to tell if you're not taking pictures. Yeah, your weight may be staying the same, but your body itself may be changing. You may be seeing improvements in your physique. You may be seeing more muscles. Your waist may be shrinking. So your pants may be a little looser. So these are kind of ways that you can track your progress. I preach progress photos because it's easiest for me to see results with photos. But another way is tracking your measurements, tracking your weight on the scale, and just overall just see how your body is shaped. Like, for example, your pants. If your pants are fitting looser, obviously you're losing some weight somewhere. Or if your shirts are getting bigger, you're getting smaller. So that's a good sign. That's a good thing that you're seeing results. Another thing you want to do when tracking your progress is you need to track your calories. Track what you're eating every day. Track how many you're consuming. If you got like an Apple Watch or something, track how many calories you're burning on a given day. And it may not tell you a lot at first because you're very new, but over time, when you start to see these calories you're consuming and the calories you're burning, it'll help you come up with a better game plan on how many calories you need to eat in the future and how many calories you need to burn, things like that. So I know it may be time consuming and it may be not the funnest thing to do, but it'll pay off in the long run. You won't see any benefit from doing it at the beginning, but over the long term, once you start to hit those plateaus, like if you're losing weight and you're doing good, eventually you're going to hit a plateau and you're not going to know what to do. So you're going to need to know like your calorie levels that you're eating every day. You're going to need to know things like that so that you can better adjust your diet, better adjust your training routine, and this will help you see better results over the long run. Because once you start this whole fitness journey, it's kind of something that never goes away. You kind of have to do it the rest of your life because if not, you're just going to gain all that weight right back, and then you will be right back at the beginning where you started. An easy way to track your calories, I know it's very time consuming, but now that in the day of technology that we're in, you no longer have to like write it down word for word, write it with a pen and paper. You don't have to do that. There's so many calorie tracking apps out there that make it so much easier and so much faster. There's several on the internet. I mean, on your phones, just look them up. There's plenty. The main one that most people use is MyFitnessPal, which is pretty good. But you can literally just scan the barcodes on your phone, and it'll put it in your calorie tracker, and it'll tell you exactly how many calories you ate that day. That's a pretty easy way to track your calories. Yeah, it does take a little extra time, but in my opinion, it's worth it. So step number 4, you want to overcome obstacles. We all have obstacles in our fitness journey, which I think this is a big reason why a lot of people stop. There's very many obstacles that you can come about, but as long as you're consistent over time, you can kind of overcome each one of these obstacles. So you're going to have challenges. You're going to have setbacks. You may have to take your kids to daycare one day and you can't make it to the gym. That's okay. You're going to miss the gym that day, but tomorrow you need to get back in the gym, do it again. It's not that hard. Or you may have to stay late at work one day. Just something to that effect. You may get sick. You may be out the gym for a week because you're sick. Well, the good thing about that is the gym's not going anywhere. You can go back the next week. There's going to be all kinds of obstacles and things that are going to try to mess you up on your fitness journey, but as long as you're consistent, you can kind of overcome these obstacles. The important thing is just don't give up. Don't get frustrated. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. You're going to have to, like I said, you're in it for the long run. You got to make these choices, these habits consistently. So some ways you can kind of help overcome these obstacles is you can find you a workout buddy, find somebody that wants to lose weight with you, find somebody that's in the right that's on the right, it's on the same track as you, somebody that wants to lose weight as well, or somebody that's your friend, somebody that you trust, somebody that's going to hold you accountable. So a workout buddy is good. You need some support for trying to make these changes in your life, because when you start trying to change your life, you're going to feel like you're alone in this journey. But if you have somebody there with you, it's a lot easier. So you're going to be making better diet choices. You may be going out to eat with all your buddies and they're all eating fried foods and stuff, and you may order something that's healthy, and then they try to make fun of you or something like, why are you eating that? Why are you trying to be healthy? Why are you trying to change? That's going to happen. That's just part of it. But if you actually want to make a change in your life, that's just something that you got to do. You got to be okay with that. I'm the guy that I eat out of meal prep containers every day, and people are like, why are you eating so healthy? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I really don't care. It don't bother me, because I know I'm doing what I need to do to hit my goals. You just got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with being different or being the outcast or whatever. But honestly, it will, whether you realize it or not, it'll inspire other people to kind of make these changes too. If they see you being healthy, working out, eating healthier, like, they may not say it up front, but they're actually like, oh, they're thinking to themselves, oh, I may need to do this too. I may need to start working out. I may need to change my eating habits and things like that. So you could have a positive benefit on other people as well. So that's a good thing about it. So yeah, that's kind of my spiel on how to lose weight. And I said the title of this is Losing Weight is Easy. If you break it down in simple ways, if you create sustainable habits and you just be consistent over the long run, losing weight can be easy. It really can, and you can see results. You just got to actually put in the work to do it. A lot of people like to make excuses. As soon as something wrong happens, they go back to their normal ways and they gain all their weight back and things like that. But that's just, if you do that, it's just never going to work. So you got to make simple, small steps, small changes that you can actually commit to, and in the long run, it'll pay off. Don't try to just cut your calories in half. If you've been eating a ton of calories every day, don't just cut them in half, because then you're going to be hungry and you're going to want to binge eat eventually. You got to make small steps, small changes, because these small changes are going to be the ones that are more sustainable. And as you make those changes and you become better at them, then you can add on to it, and then add on to it, and then add on to it. And then eventually you'll have a full set of skills and habits that you've developed that will help you achieve your goals better over time. This is kind of this is what I've done. I didn't always eat the right amount of protein. I didn't always eat the right amount of calories. I just started tracking them. First thing I did was I started tracking my protein. I didn't do protein, carbs, and fats and all that, because I tried to, and it was way too much. I couldn't do it, and it wasn't sustainable for me. I didn't like it, so I quit doing it altogether. So the best way for me was first I just focus on my protein. I just want to hit my protein goal, and that has helped me a lot. And I've actually seen a lot of progress. I've put on a lot of muscle since I've been home from college, when I actually started taking my diet and my nutrition serious. So I've seen a lot of progress. If you're one of these people that are overweight and you think you was dealt a bad hand in life and you have bad genetics and you can't lose weight, well, I'm here to tell you that you can, because I've seen it firsthand. I have seen people very overweight, what you would consider obese, that have lost weight and are in great shape and they're doing very well. For example, my mom. My mom was overweight, and now she has lost over 100 pounds, and she looks great. She feels great. I can tell she is happier. Like, she's more confident in her body. Like, you can just tell, like, when people lose this weight and they do these transformations, you can tell that how it's impacted their body. Just talk to them. If you know somebody that's had a big transformation in their life, just talk to them, ask them what it's done for them, how they did it, because they may have a different perspective. They may have went about it a different way than I'm telling you, and that may work for you better. Ask around, get advice from as many people as you can. It works. Another person is my father-in-law. He has lost, I'm not exactly sure how many pounds, but I think about 80 pounds now, and he's doing awesome. He's killing it. He actually likes the keto diet. If you listen to my last podcast episode, he follows the keto diet, and it works for him. He likes it, and he gets really good results. So if that's the way you want to go, then do the keto diet. Y'all know I mentioned that I don't personally do the keto diet because it's not sustainable for me and my life and my routine, but it works for him. He likes it, he enjoys it, and he's got great progress. And he could argue that he had bad genetics, but he didn't make excuses. He actually took the right steps that he needed to do to lose weight. So He took responsibility. That's what you got to do. So if you just think, oh, I can't lose weight. I've tried to lose weight before. Think about what you did before. How did you actually try to lose weight? What did you do? How long did you stick to it? That's the key. How long? Because most people get frustrated. They'll do it for a month. They don't lose as much weight as they thought they should have, and then they quit because they're like, oh, well, I can't lose weight. Losing weight's not for me. Well, I'm going to be the person to tell you that you can. You can lose weight. You're just making excuses, or you're not going about it the right way. You're not doing what you need to do to actually see results. So if you need some help, get advice. If you don't know who to ask me. I would love to have a conversation for you or with you to kind of set you down the right path, kind of help you as much as I can. I'm not an expert. I'm not professional or anything like that. I'm just a fitness enthusiast that I've worked out for about 9 or 10 years now. So I've learned a lot. I have a lot of knowledge, in my opinion. But yeah, reach out to somebody, ask them for help. Really, if you know somebody that's made a big transformation in their life, they've lost a lot of weight, ask them, because they're going to have very specific advice for you because they know exactly how they went about it and what they did. So they can kind of tell you what they did, and you can try that. See if it works for you. So yeah, that's all I got. Losing weight can be simple if you make it simple. Don't try to make it too hard. Don't try to follow all these crazy fad diets if they don't work for you, if you can't stick to them. Don't try to do that. Make achievable, small goals and take the right approach. Develop habits, track your progress, overcome obstacles. And this is a great way for you to start your fitness journey or see results in your fitness journey if you've already kind of started and you're kind of stuck at a plateau. But yeah. That's all I got for y'all today. Thanks for tuning in. This was episode 26 of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. Be sure to tune in next week as we talk about another topic in your fitness journey, and how we can help you begin and get going and start achieving your goals today. But until then, y'all stay strong. Peace, love, protein. We out.